and may investment on the of foreign world. And today, it is better to rely me some Sharma is the co-founder of a company called Swaaha. This is about your novel project.
Thank you so much, Anand, for inviting me to this amazing show. So, as you asked about the Swaaha project, so Swaaha is a startup of IIT Indore. We are incubated at IIT Indore, and we are three friends who have started this startup: Rohit Agrawal, Jwalant Shah, and myself, Sameer Sharma. We three are from Indore, Madhya Pradesh, in India, and we wanted to do something different in this world and wanted to utilize our knowledge for the well-being of society. And as I am a Baha'i, so it was a great desire of mine that whatever we do professionally, it should not only be a business, but it should be of a greater use to the society for a welfare of the society. So, by the grace of God and the guidance of our mentors, helped us to start something in the field of sustainability, environment, and waste management, which has become a great problem to the world. So in 2016, we started this startup called Swaaha from Indore, Madhya Pradesh. And the same year, the Swachh Bharat mission has been launched by Government of India. And we got an opportunity to start our work in Indore Municipal Corporation. And since then, we are working from Indore, and now we are working pan India from Jammu and Kashmir to Andaman Island. So we are in 8 states. We are covering so many smart cities, municipal corporations, corporates, uh, educational institutions, sports authorities, and now we have become the biggest player of zero waste events and zero landfill events in India. And now Swaha is doing very well across the nation, as I told you. And we are working in solid waste management, waste to product plants, waste to energy plants. And this way, we are not only doing our business, we are also helping the societies and the mankind. And now, waste is not only the waste, now it is worth, and it is product, and it is wealth. So, we are working in this field. And since 6 years, our city Indore is awarded as the cleanest city of India. And we are also being awarded because of our performance this year itself by the National Award of the Best Startup in Innovative Solutions for Sustainable Development and Solid Waste Management. So, this is the brief of our work.
What environment of the earth.
So, it was basically, we wanted to do something different, first of all. And secondly, we wanted to do which is going to help the entire mankind. And we wanted to associate ourselves with the motive of service. So, this domain or this field, I would say, was the best to serve mankind. So it is a profession with passion. So this inspired us a lot. And secondly, the challenges faced by the societies nowadays in urban and rural areas. So this was one of the biggest challenge we are facing. So we wanted to give a solution to the world. So that's why we took this challenge, and by the grace of God and the help of the government, mentors, friends, and society, we are successfully doing it.
would be with the whole point of the meeting, the die and the project.
Sure. This is a very good question because solid waste management is totally about the collection, segregation, and the processing of the waste. So when it comes about the segregation or the separation of the various kind of wastes, so this is one of the most challenging tasks we have in our field. So in Indore, if I talk about, we practiced it for at least 2 years. For the first 2 years of our mission in 2016-17, that we would like to educate people that how many kinds of waste are there and why it is necessary to separate or segregate them. And after a rigorous exercises of IEC, information, education, and communication to the public, we have been successfully doing it since 7 years. So that was the most important and the challenging section of the entire project. So wherever we go nowadays, in whenever any city you talk about, so waste collection is not a problem. The problem or the challenge is segregation. So we try to teach them that there are majorly two types of waste. One is dry waste and one is wet waste. Whatever is wet waste is entirely organic waste, and inorganic waste is dry waste. And then further categories are there. Also, there are some other type of waste like biomedical waste, hazardous waste, e-waste. So these are also the various waste categories. So a continuous and conscious effort is required for any community to understand the segregation of waste. And once it is done, then this waste management or the processing is possible. Without the segregation, nothing is possible. So segregation is the basic thing for any waste management project or any waste to energy project. So it is one of the most important element of the entire field. Education is the only way you can get the segregation at the source. So if segregation at source is possible, everything is possible. Any city can become a clean city.
What do you do with non-reusable project?
So when you talk about non-recyclable products, so first of all, the percentage of non-recyclable products are very less. But when it comes to us, we call it an inert waste. So it is very difficult to dispose them off scientifically. So nowadays, various methods are available. Earlier, it was only the incineration, but nowadays we convert it into RDF. RDF is basically a type of a fuel for industry. So when we talk about RDF, the industry takes this fuel from us. So what happens once we segregate the entire waste from wet and dry? And in wet and dry also we segregate them recyclable and non-recyclable. So once we have the entire non-recyclable waste piled up at our waste management facilities, we basically convert it into RDF, which is basically refuse derived fuel. And this RDF we send to the cement plants or some boilers or some industrial application so that they can use it as a energy or the alternative or the co-firing with coal or other fossil fuels. So this becomes basically a fuel, or a you can say an alternative of the fuel to the industries.
be there about Swaaha, no, them,
Smart drum composter is one of our product. And Anand, you should know that we are having two types of waste. One is organic and another is inorganic. So when you talk about organic waste, which is basically fruits, vegetable, leftover foods, gravy, all these kind of kitchen waste, these kind of things, fruits, vegetable, etc., meat, chicken, non-veg. So when it comes as garbage, it needs to be treated very well. Otherwise, it becomes a great source of greenhouse emissions in India or worldwide. So we have got two processes. One, either we make compost out of it, there are various methods, or secondly we turn them into some higher energy fuels like CNG or CBG gases. So we one of our machine, which is smaller in size for the domestic applications where not a huge amount of organic waste is available. So we supply them a smart drum composter. Smart drum composter is basically a concealed drum where we put the entire organic waste inside, and it turns into compost naturally. So our smart drum composter has got a facility with a shredder where when we put the entire organic waste inside this composter, it shreds them and convert them into a paste. And that paste goes into that drum and then it rests over there for a period of 10 to 15 days, where the bacteria naturally convert the entire food waste, organic waste, into a very high value organic compost. So this smart drum composters basically is converting the entire organic waste into food waste. This can be placed into a society or a house or a restaurant, club, school, railway stations, airports, such kind of places. So in Pune, in Bhopal, Indore, Kanpur, we are providing these smart drum composters where societies are getting zero landfill because there is no waste they send for landfills. So entire waste is getting processed into compost with the help of these smart drum composters. So these are very useful machineries for the societies and houses, so that and restaurant and hotels, so that they become zero landfill places.
would you like about the Swaaha, maybe pay.
Yes. So as you asked about smart drum composter, that is good for organic waste processing. But when you talk about dry waste like plastic, paper, metals, glass, soles, rubber, etc. So to process such kind of dry waste, inorganic waste, we need to establish some big plant. They are known as MRF. MRF means material recovery facilities. So every city has various MRFs. We can establish MRF at the level of society, colonies, city, village, any level. So it depends on the quantum of the collected dry waste. We decide the number of machineries for this MRF. So if you talk about a city level MRF, we need to establish a complete plant where we are having various machines for the segregation, a conveyor belt for the segregation is required. Then, so to remove the dust, we need a fatka machine. Then we need to shred them into smaller pieces after segregation. So we need shredders as well for the PET bottle, for various different kind of plastics. Then also we are having various other machineries which are required to convert these plastic waste either into some raw materials once again, or to convert them into some product. So we are also having some specific plants where we convert the plastic into product. Like we are able to convert the entire MLP waste, multi-layer plastic, which is chips, kurkure, lays, such kind of wrappers. So these wrappers, we convert them into either bricks or paver blocks or the dividers of the road, we can make such kind of items out of it. Or when we talk about the pet bottles, we can make the plastic dana out of it. So it becomes a raw material, and it can make we can make new products out of that plastic dana. So we make them granules, you call them plastic granules. So we convert them as well. We are having some other specialized SPB techniques where we mix it with some construction and demolition waste as well, and we make a different kind of product for the road dividers and paver blocks. Then we also make low cost housing with the help of such plastic sheets. So there are various machineries and plants nowadays we established and run so that we can convert this plastic waste into some useful products.
I saw a video of someone who like about that.
Yeah. So you're talking about the video of Havan Kund, the mobile waste processing vehicle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is our innovation. So when we started in 2016, we were having only one idea that waste is not getting collected from the bulk waste generators. And that was a big problem. So Rohit and Jwalan, they decided that we should conceptualize something that if the waste is not coming to us, then we should go to the west. So we designed a mobile waste processing vehicle, and the motive was to go to the waste available at the various market places and restaurant and small food streets. So this become a great hit, and this is one of the major attraction of the Indian waste management model. And because of that, Indore is coming continuously number one in the surveys of Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So this Havan Kund machinery is basically, you can say, a complete waste management plant for organic waste on wheels. So how we operate, let me tell you that this van goes to the societies, residential societies, colonies, or to restaurants and hotels, and there they give us the segregated organic waste. It has got its own lift and tilt system, so nobody has to put the waste inside the machine. The machine automatically lifts it up, then put it into the machine, and the machine on the spot turn that entire organic waste into a raw compost. Now, this raw compost is ready. Either you make compost or you put it into the biomethanation plant so that we can convert this into biogas. So this is a great service, and we charge the money, the subscription charges to the users. So per kg they pay to us. So more waste they generate, more they have to pay to us. So this model is very famous, and because of this, they do not need to put a machine inside their campus. They do not need to operate a machine. No human resource is required. No cleanliness is required. So no capital amount is required to purchase a machine. So they are very happy. They pay us 4 to 5 rupees a kg of the entire waste, and we take it away. We process it on the spot, and then we take it to our plant. So it's a very win-win situation for the world, and it is very famous nowadays. And every city is now going for this mobile waste processing vehicle of Swaaha.
It is only for a bank and only or for individual house.
So when we talk about mobile waste processing van, Havankund, so it depends that how you want to use it. When you talk about that, it is coming for the entire township, residential township. Then it comes to the entire township and the housekeeping of the township. They collect the entire waste to a particular place, and it goes there and treat the waste on site. This is good for the restaurants, hotels, townships, and also one very important thing, as you asked, it is very good for zero waste events. So sometimes some conference is going on, some fun fair is going on, or some exhibition is there, a food festival is there, or nowadays weddings are there. So it goes to the wedding lawns, banquets, outdoor, some destination wedding spots. So this is a very good solution for them. So our mobile van is very famous nowadays. That people call it. So we are taking this van from Kashmir to Kanyakumari for the various big event, and we have got some world records as well established by this van. That how did we do the on spot compost making by this vehicle. So we have got a record in 2019, a world record. So on the spot, the largest amount of composting done inside an event by this van. So this is a very good solution for the decentralized waste management for organic waste.
What is our pain implement it by
So the major challenge we face is from the public. The challenge is that the people are not ready to understand that one who is generating waste, it's their moral responsibility to basically dispose it off scientifically. They think that this is a job of municipal corporation. They do not take the responsibility. So this is the biggest challenge. The behavioral change is required. So first we have to convey to them that you have generated this waste, so you are responsible, so you have to pay for it. So to give the payment for the waste processing, it's a new thing in India. So this is one of the biggest challenge we are facing. So first we have to do the social engineering so that they accept this, and then they start taking this help. But one thing is very clear: wherever we have started till date, nobody has stopped our services, and now they like it and they feel happy about it, and they share it with their fellow citizens proudly that we are reducing waste and we are also not sending them to landfill, and we have hired a service called Swaaha, and they are recycling the entire waste, and they also give us compost free of cost. So this basically challenge becomes a achievement after some times. But yeah, primarily it is a big challenge to let them understand that what they are doing, and they are responsible and they should pay for it.
it? Do you know other who are or I may boy how how would you yeah, your boy meet them?
Yes, there are several companies nowadays since this Swachh Bharat Abhiyan is taking a great shape in India. So what we are doing is we are having this particular mobile based processing vehicle. So we are still the only player in India because we are not only the traders. The major difference we have uh, is that we are the only people in Indore or India who are the service providers. We are not only the traders. So our major difference with others are that we are service provider plus trading organization, and they are only trading organization. So in waste management domain, the service is the biggest component. So if you're not providing services, you cannot sustain longer in this field. So the best part with us is that we are the solution integrators, we are designer, we are manufacturer, we trade, we provide services. So we take whole and sole responsibility. That's why it keeps us separate from the other competitors. So there are several machine makers, there are several companies who are making smart drum composters, some waste to energy plants, biogas, but they are only the manufacturers. They don't provide services. So our key component is that we are a combination of service provider plus manufacturers. So this gives an extra edge and a great mileage to sustain in the market.
Physical cleanliness is not only limited to our physical system, but it affects our experience also. Next,
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
next,
So physical cleanliness basically is a very important, I would say, concern and an emotion and a state which we must achieve, because this gives you a platform so that you can go ahead with spiritual cleanliness, mental cleanliness, and other kind of things. And this cleanliness not only gives you a physical cleanliness and the materialistically you grow very well, but it also gives you an environment to become more spiritual, more clean by your thoughts. So even in Baha'i faith, there is a lot of quotations has been said by the founders of Baha'i faith, and other religious scriptures also talks very high about the physical cleanliness. So definitely, uh, cleanliness is, I would say, the first stage so that we can go ahead with spirituality.
mm, many people who got the name billboard, but for advice would do not give them.
Yeah, this is a big problem. And let me share you an incident or a case study. We have organized the biggest zero landfill event of India in Himalayas. It was a spiritual or religious pilgrimage of Hinduism, and several other events are also there. So I saw that people throw the waste without thinking. They just throw it either in rivers or on the roads very irresponsibly. And this is really bad. And this is called littering. So this littering becomes a great problem because the waste get, spreaded everywhere. Then the street animals, they eat it and they become ill, sick, they die also because of this. Secondly, it disturbs the entire economy, it disturbs the entire landscape of the area. So to throw the garbage is one of the worst human irresponsible behavior. So we have done a lot of practices of IEC, information, education, and communication, as I told you. So for the behavioral change, we need to do a lot of IEC activities where we basically educate and make people aware that how harmful this throwing of the garbage on the street or open littering is dangerous for us. So this will take some time because people have to change their daily behavior. But if you see in Indore like city, people have learned a lot and they do not throw any wrapper of chips or toffees or chocolates or anything. They just keep it inside their pocket, and whenever they see a dustbin, so they just dispose it off in the blue dustbin where they have to keep this inorganic waste. So this is the culture, this is the behavior, this is the lifestyle. So until unless you don't go for 3 R's, that is refuse, reduce, and recycle. So this constantly should go in your mind, and you should practice them. So once you start that, you will start refusing the disposable or plastic kind of thing. So you don't have to throw them. Second is reduce, and third is recycle. So once you reduce and refuse, still if you have something, then you at least send it for the recycle. You'll not litter in open. So it's one of the biggest challenge we have in India and overseas as well. So Yeah, open littering should be stopped. And I would advise to people that if you really love your Mother Earth or the environment, and you want to really set up an example for the next generation that you were a responsible generation, then you should change your behavior and you should not litter in open. You should not throw the garbage on the streets openly. Kindly segregate them and put them into dustbins so that we can send them for the recycling process.
Before we wrap up, I would like to mention I believe I you have the happy that by my brother own and I would you like to share your experience of with me with the
Yes, for sure. I really liked this app, and I'm very much impressed that this app has become a great tool and a bridge between us so that we can talk very comfortably. And it is also helping us to interact in a very easy manner for both of us. So, if such kind of innovative applications are available, I think it will create a great bond between specially able people and the normal course people so that they can join hands and create something very unique. And I'm not only thankful, but I'm feeling very much blessed that I'm the part of this interview today with Anand, and also to know that the founder of this apps, they I know them, and they have created such a great innovation for the mankind. And I'll be very happy being a mentor of the startup to the various businesses. So I would like that if we can associate together and use this app, so we can provide a great opportunity of jobs for specially abled people, and we can use them for even technical jobs, some creative jobs, some content making, uh, representing the such kind of positive content to the world with them. So I think this is a great app. Very much thankful, and I would like to know more about it. And I hope, Anand, you have felt the same. And thanks again.
that thank you so much for the informative sharing. All,
Thank you so much.
all the best for your knowledge project.
Thank you so much, Anand. And I hope to see and meet you soon. Thank you so much.
Bye for now.
Bye bye. Take care.